Welcome back to the Don Trap, where we trap Dons. In today's video, I want to talk about these women giving it up to these sugar daddies. I keep seeing all these videos, not even just videos. I've talked to women in the past, and they've talked about how their friends have sugar daddies. And I know, the first thing that pops into my head is this new generation of women always talking sugar daddy this, sugar daddy that. When in reality, this is just a word being thrown around to cover up the fact that they're prostitutes. And I've had multiple situations where I've been talking to friends or whatever, and they'll be like, yeah, my homegirl got a sugar daddy, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, yeah, she may have that sugar daddy, but she's sleeping with that dude in order to get that money. And they'll quickly come back and say, no, she says she don't sleep with them. And it's like, anybody who believes that is out their freaking mind. Ain't no dude out here splurging on no woman out here and ain't getting nothing in return. And I don't care how much you think your homegirl won't lie to you, but the truth of the matter is, sugar daddies tricks are the exact same thing. And I remember back in the day, it was this whole thing of not calling prostitutes prostitutes. Prostitutes wanted to be called escorts. If you call an escort a prostitute, they will quickly try to correct what you're saying to make themselves feel good. And that's what's happening now. Now it's like these women don't want to be called escorts no more. They want to be called sugar baby and say that they got a sugar daddy and their sugar daddy's doing all this stuff. And let's be real. Ain't no dude out here, because they always jump to the same thing and say, my sugar daddy bought me a car and bought me a Birkin bag and bought me this, that, and the other. But nobody is out here spending tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and not getting no coochie, not getting no box in return. Like, let's be real. But see, this is what they've had to come up with in order to cover up the fact that they're prostitutes. They want to use this whole, I'm a sugar baby, that's my sugar daddy. No, you're a prostitute and that's your trick. Like, let's be real. But that goes back to what we always say about women. They don't want to hold themselves accountable, or they don't want to keep it real with themselves. They want to live in this fantasy world. And right now, being a sugar baby sounds a whole lot less degrading than being an escort or a prostitute, when it's all the same thing. So as soon as you hear a girl, even like, not even you, but me personally, whenever I hear a girl even joke about going and getting them a sugar daddy, it automatically pops into my head, bitch, you ain't nothing but a prostitute. That's it. You ain't nothing but a prostitute. Why should any man put you on a pedestal when you're out here blatantly willing to do whole activity? But you think because you put this disguise over it, and call it sugar daddy and then sugar baby, and that it changes the fact that you're a prostitute and that you're out here selling your pussy. I don't care how many times you say that you're not sleeping with these men. I just can't believe it, and I refuse to believe it. And any man who believes it is a dumbass or just green to what's really going on out here in these streets. So miss me with that whole I'm a sugar baby bullshit. Like, all you've done is taken what you've heard these rappers say, these female rappers say, and I'm sure I've talked about it in the videos in the past on how these female rappers ain't doing nothing but pushing prostitute culture on the women out here in regular society. But all you're doing is, it's all prostitution. Anytime that you're having sex, looking for something in return, that's prostitution. And I don't care even if you're one of these females who talk all this shit about how they not messing with no dude who ain't got no money and paying this, that, and the other for them, it's still prostitution. And it's a lot of women out here prostituting for a meal. Because even if it ain't money being exchanged, if he's giving you any type of goods in return for your sex, that's prostitution. You are a prostitute. You are not a regular woman no more. As soon as you do that exchange, one thing for the other, you have now become a prostitute. And I ain't got no thing against prostitutes. If you're a prostitute, you're a prostitute. But the thing is, be real about the shit. Don't be fake about it. Be real about it. Claim who it is that you are. And stop trying to put this disguise over. Because you got some men out here who are believing that shit. And not even just the men. The problem is y'all have women out here believing that shit. And thinking, hey, maybe I should go get me a sugar daddy. And then they go get a sugar daddy, and as soon as that sugar daddy goes and buys them something, and he turns around and is asking for sex in return, now they looking retarded, because you told they ass that having a sugar daddy doesn't mean have sex with them, even though you was having sex with your sugar daddy the whole damn time. Same thing goes for women out here who are letting these men fly them out to other cities. Like, ain't no man flying you out to Miami just to fucking stare at your ass. Like, let's be real. And if you that naive to think that that's what's really going on out here, like, maybe you deserve what you get in return from going on that trip with that man. Because how dumb could you be? To think that men are out here spending all this money and shit just because you're pretty. Or just because you got a BBL or a fat ass or whatever you want to call it. Like, let's be real. Y'all are really out here, like, playing with your lives for real. Playing with your mental. Because everything may look cool in the beginning doing that prostitution shit. You may be cool with, laying down with a dude in order to get what you want in return, but later on down the line, when you realize and you get some maturity about yourself and you realize that what you was doing was prostitution, now you gotta live with that shit for the rest of your life. That you was out here sleeping with men who you don't like for real in order to get a fucking Michael Kors bag, in order to get fucking some food from Ruth Chris. Eventually it's gonna dawn on you. Eventually it's gonna click in your head and you're gonna wake the fuck up and you're gonna be like, damn, I was out there fucking tripping. For real, for real. And I hope you don't get to the point where you become a full-fledged prostitute. Because later on down the line, that shit is really gonna fuck with your brain. I know plenty of girls who was into the prostitution. And mentally that shit fucked them up. It was cool in the beginning, but eventually that shit fucks with your head. That's why these prostitutes and shit be out here using fake names, trying to have different identities and shit. And I see the same thing with these women who are looking for sugar daddies and shit also. When they get on these sugar daddy sites, they using a different name. They trying to use a different alias. They trying not to be who they are for real. Y'all women gotta stop with the cap. Y'all need to stop lying to yourselves, and y'all need to stop lying to your friends about what's really going on with that sugar daddy lifestyle, that sugar baby lifestyle. That is really prostitution. Because the next generation of girls, they listening to your conversations and they're thinking that, ooh, my auntie, she had a sugar daddy, I need to go get me a sugar daddy. My auntie said she wasn't sleeping with her sugar daddy, so I don't gotta sleep with mine. When that really ain't what it is. Anyways, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to come holler at us over here at the Down Trap. We on our grind trying to get these numbers up. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like and comment, because that's how the algorithm is gonna, start pushing my content out more. And with all that being said and done, I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.